this video is introduction to go seek function in Excel, and my example is using finance statement or using go seek to find the internal rate of return for future cash flow. So first we have to make some assumptions, and we say it's not about ticket price, but delete it. Why cannot? The revenue, let's say for year 1 is 30,000, and the growth rate is, let's say, 20%. So it's 36,000 for second year. And now to quickly pull up for all the future cash flows, future revenues, use Shift and right arrow to select all, and F2 and Control Enter. So the Excel will automatically pull the cell to all the cells you select. And we say the variable cost for the first year is 4,000, and the growth rate will be, let's say, 15%. And again, Shift right arrow, F2, Control Enter. Okay, and then about is fixed cost. Fixed cost we say is 15,000 for all years. And depreciation, we say the company use a straight line depreciation, and it's 8,000. So again, use the shortcut. So now we get a pre-tax cash flow, which we use revenue minus the sum of all different kind of expenses or costs. And again, we pull them up. And the tax rate, we say the tax rate is 40%. So we use the pre-tax cash flow multiplied by the tax rate, and you click F4 to lock the tax rate to this cell. And if we pull it, you see the formula is always correct. And I just noticed that these 3 cells, they have 2 decimals, and we don't want them. So what we will do here to do it fast, if you practice, actually you click out, and you see here some shortcuts here. So if you click H, and then you click, I think it's 9. So you can notice that the 2 decimals automatically becomes 1, and again Alt H9. So it's really fast to change the decimals you want. And then we add back the depreciation. So it's 1,000, and again quickly filled up. And the terminal cash flow, which is a little bit tricky and is beyond our expectation today here. Let's just say the terminal cash flow will be 10,000. And how to calculate the terminal cash flow it's a little bit complex if you think. So we just make up a value here, and we say the after-tax cash flows, we use pre-tax cash flow minus taxes, add back the depreciation because it's a non-cash expense, I guess. So we pull it up, and just pay attention to the last cell, because also for the last year we have a terminal cash flow, so we add it back. So now we get all the cash inflows from future years, and we say this investment, we need to invest 50,000 to get those future cash flows. So in the year 0 means now we have to pay 50,000 in exchange of all the cash inflows in the future. And the required return, we say is 12%, which is kind of normal. And now we can calculate the internal rate of return. yeah, if you want to quickly edit a cell, you just put F2 and you can make changes. And actually the Excel has a built-in formula for internal rate of return. So you just select all the cash flows, including the first initial direct cost or initial cash outflow, and Alt H P, which means percentage, and you can get the internal rate of return. But this is actually introduction to the goal-seek formula. So IRR by, oh, actually no. Okay, so the IRR, which is the definition of internal rate of return, is that the interest rate which will make the net present value becomes 0. So we need to calculate the net present value for this investment. The rate is required rate of return, and value is all the cash inflows in the future, and then we minus the initial direct cost present. So now we get the net present value, and again Alt H9, so to keep it with 0 decimals. By definition, the IRR will make the net present value becomes 0, right? So how to use goal-seek function to find IRR? So you click Data, What If Analysis, and goal-seek. Set cell. We want the net present value to become 0, right? So set this cell to value 0 by changing required rate of return, because we want to find the rate actually will make net present value become 0. So we want the required rate of return which is high enough to make this cell become 0, and we click, and it will do some iteration analysis or something else, and you see the value of required rate of return becomes 28%. So this is by using the definition and goal-seek function, we find out the required rate of return. Okay, so the reasons or the function behind goal-seek is that we can say the internal rate of return actually is a function that several factors are involved, and those factors are let's see, initial cash outflow and future cash inflow and terminal cash flow. I think that's it, right? So if any one of those 3 factors changes, the internal rate of return will change. The point is that the goal-seek function, you ask it to change one of the 3 factors. For example, if I want to change actually we change the net present value to 0, and net present value depends on this kind of factors. So yeah, to simplify this situation, because it's a little bit complex, we can say that there's a simple formula: y equals to 3x plus 8, and we want y equals to 0, we say. So the left side of the function and the right side of the function. So left side we say we want it to be 0. And the right side we say, sorry, need a value of x, we say 0, and the right, sorry, we say right side value equals to 3 multiplied by the value of x, right, and then plus 8. So now we want to use the goal-seek function to solve the formula 3x plus 8 equals to 0.